I'm about to blow your mind with some facts about Bitcoin, and by the end of the video, I promise that you will have learned the truth. What's going on, people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and check out some other videos after you're done watching this one. The question you're probably asking is, should I invest in Bitcoin? Or how much should I be investing in Bitcoin? I'm gonna help you answer that question, and all I ask in return is that you smack the like button until it turns blue. There was a time back in the day when people looked at fire like some sort of sorcery, and then at electricity and cars like, what the heck is this? And then airplanes, TVs, phones, and then of course the internet itself. All of these inventions, they either serve a purpose or they solve a problem, which is why they become adopted by the generation. But some creations, they come at the wrong time. Like, do you really think that Apple's iPad is the first tablet that they tried creating? Nope, they actually released a message pad in 1993, but since it was the wrong time, the project was just blown off. So my observation of cryptocurrencies goes something like this. If you look at the general interest in Bitcoin since 2009 all the way through 2010 and 2013, back when it was only a baby and was only known to computer geeks. By the way, they got a huge head start. I honestly wish that somebody would have told me about Bitcoin back in 2013. I would have gobbled up a few hundred of those bad boys in no time. But it did take Bitcoin several years to catch general public's attention because it was still so fresh and it didn't have much track record. Even looking back in the previous bull run back in 2017, not a lot of people believed in Bitcoin's future and what it could become, which is understandable. But obviously in 2020, things changed. Thanks to the global pandemic and the fact that governments are printing unstoppably more and more money left and right like nobody cares, Bitcoin makes its way back to the headlines. But this time, maybe it's different. Now, this is general knowledge, so if you're somewhat aware of the basic structure and the principles of Bitcoin, you can easily fast forward in the video to the juicier part. And if not, make sure to listen. Basically, we believe that Bitcoin has two superpowers. Number one is the ability to act as international currency, be used for buying things, and be moved from one side of the planet to another side of the planet in theoretically no time with very low fees. Which, if you've sent money with Western Union or other company that sends money internationally, you'll know that they take up to 10% and usually takes up to 3 days to transfer that money. Now, Bitcoin beats that by a mile. And number two, Bitcoin serves as a store of value, meaning it can hold value over a long stretch of time, such as gold, silver, real estate, antique cars, maybe even Pokemon cards. And at this point in time, since the start of pandemic, holding US dollars, Canadian dollars, euros, British sterlings is, and prove me if I'm wrong, is literally the worst investment you can possibly make. And yet, looking at situations like Venezuela or Zimbabwe with super hyperinflation, we still want to believe that cash is king? Not the point of the video, but I do want to address the big elephant in the room. The news that is still somewhat fresh, now of course depends on when you watch this video, and that's that Tesla had purchased 1.5 billion, not million, billion worth of Bitcoin, using 15% of Tesla's total cash reserve money. Okay. Just so we're on the same page, let's say Tesla is holding $100 cash. That's their emergency fund money. Now they use $15 out of that $100 to buy Bitcoin. Okay, you got that? Now multiply that whole scenario by 100 million. It's one thing if Elon Musk will trust digital currency with its Tesla's cash reserves. You, I, your neighbor, Jimmy here, will now look at Bitcoin a little bit differently, but also consider what this will do to the way other companies will handle their cash reserves. Sorry I'm late. Hello everyone. Warren, nice to see you as always. Let's get started. We've had a terrific quarter with fantastic earnings, except for one little hiccup. Hiccups? Hiccup? Yeah, we don't like hiccups. Look, we've been holding a lot of cash, 200 billion to be exact. But what? But the US dollar is depreciating, and it's depreciating very fast, so we need to diversify. We have to do it quickly before that we're left with nothing. Did you hear what Tesla did? So they put 15% of their cash into Bitcoin. Look, I don't think Tesla is a good example. I mean, look at Elon. He's acting like a child. He's building rockets and stuff, right? What's this guy's deal? He was talking smack about Bitcoin for years, so now he just doesn't want to look bad. Listen, Warren, We can't underperform Tesla. We will need to put some money in Bitcoin. So what do you say? 10%? Let's do 20%. You know? Let's YOLO. Let's put 50. That is not a prediction, but that could definitely happen with some or maybe many companies that do follow in the footsteps of Tesla the giant. My next point is gold versus Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin better than gold? Well, let's see. Gold's market cap today is around $10 trillion and Bitcoin's market cap today is 870 billion. Since Bitcoin has been named Gold 2.0 and let's say it disrupts the gold market, therefore it will increase by 11x or 12x from where it is today. Now this is basic math. If I put a 12x multiple on Bitcoin's price today, which is hovering around 47 to 46,000, the price will shoot to around 550,000 easily. And that's only to match gold's market cap. What if Bitcoin surpasses that? This brings me to my next point. Should Bitcoin surpass the market cap of gold? Well, let's think about it. What makes gold a good store of value? It's somewhat portable, it's kind of dividable, and it's scarce, meaning it's restricted in quantity. We are unable to print more gold, and that gives it more value. Now, back to Bitcoin, because it beats gold in all of those three characteristics. Now, you can fit $1 billion worth of Bitcoin onto a ledger, but just pray that you don't lose it. It's as portable as internet itself. You can send it to your friends and family like you send a text message. And if you're short on cash, you can buy as little as 100 millionth of a Bitcoin, called a Satoshi. If Bitcoin today is $47,000, that means one Satoshi is 0.00047 of a dollar. And not only is it scarce, its total amount is fixed. And this brings me to the next point, the total supply of Bitcoin. Everybody's talking how there can only be 21 million of Bitcoins ever in creation. Ever. Not more, not less. Actually, that is not true. The total supply of Bitcoin will actually be around 17 million, as some Bitcoin will have died or got lost on the way of becoming what it is today. And the last final Bitcoin is projected to be mined in 2140. Now that's over 100 years from now. And even though around 85% of total Bitcoin is already out there in existence, it actually doesn't mean that all of it is available. About 4 million of Bitcoins is already disappeared and probably won't be back for us to HODL. Now, what the heck is HODL? The word HODL is one of today's main crypto philosophies. It's a strategy that means for you to hold the coin long term. Because check this out, because nothing beats the way this philosophy was created. And it all started with this guy who named himself Game Kuyubi on the Bitcoin Talk forum back in 2013. Apparently, he was not a very confident trader. And as he was watching Bitcoin flop another 40%, he misspelled the word hold by saying, I am hodling. And the rest is history. The term made its way into movies, not long after into memes, and obviously today's buy and hold strategy that is engraved in cryptocurrency supporters' belief that maybe one day Bitcoin can replace the current fundbuck system. How rare do you think it is to have some Bitcoin today? Well, there's a total of 64 million active Bitcoin wallets today. But how much Bitcoin is stored on them? Well, they say if you hold 0.28 of a Bitcoin, you're actually in the 1% of all Bitcoin holders. So if you want to join the 1% club, with today's price, it's going to cost you around $13,000. Now imagine there's 7.6 billion people in the world, and if Bitcoin becomes adopted as one of the main international currencies with its fixed supply, what do you think will happen to the Bitcoin price, even if 1% of the entire planet decides to use it? And another rare situation is becoming a Wholecoiner. And let's start with what a Wholecoiner means. Simple, somebody who's holding a minimum of one full Bitcoin. And as we speak right now, there are around 800,000 Wholecoiners in the world. And that's a pretty big deal because you can't put a price on being a Wholecoiner. Well, actually you can. That's around 47,000. And my dear friends, that's enough knowledge for one day. Now you did promise to smash the like button if you learned something new. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you see my face again. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.